May 26th, Tuesday morning. The incessant chirping of birds gently kindles the embers of my consciousness. My heavy eyelids open to find my body contorted before me, legs splayed across the couch in the most uncomfortable position I can imagine. I groan and twist my torso, letting my spine pop and crack until the aches in my body drift away. That was my neck this morning. I need to stop falling asleep on the couch. I'm still young, but I can't handle a night away from a comfortable bed. My eyes fall upon my open laptop, lying on its side on the floor, the screen is blank, the battery drained. I briefly panic, hoping against hope that I saved my work before falling asleep. I stumble to my feet and pick up the laptop, then charge toward the power. This sounds familiar. Then charge toward the power outlet. I plug in and boot up, revitalizing the mechanical beast and feeling a wave of relief as the whirring of the internal fans signify the breath of life. The screen flickers and bathes my eyes in harsh light. My eyes squint against my will and I make out the image before me. The mutilated corpse of my latest victim. Perfection in picture's form. The time step in the lower corner reads May 27th, 11:07 a.m., tomorrow's date. The photo is ready to be sent out. If I send it now, the victim will receive it immediately. Notice the date and realize that her death is imminent. It's time to set the wheels of demise in motion. Leaving my laptop at the outlet, I quickly dart into the kitchen. Well, to call it a kitchen is misleading. It's simply a tiled area connected to my living space, with a small refrigerator, microwave oven, and single hot plate. That is a kitchen. A small kitchen, but a kitchen. A small stack of drawers is nestled next to the fridge, and I pull open the second drawer from the top. Plunging my hand inside is always an odd sensation. My fingers get buried underneath a dozen cheap plastic flip phones. Oh, she has to use, what are they, burners? I grasp one of the phones between my thumb and forefinger and remove it from the drawer. It's a scratched up pink model from 2010 or so. A relic from a time not all that long ago, but that may be as well be forgotten. I flip the screen open and turn the device on, relieved to see this artifact still holds power. To be fair, I charged up all these phones just a few weeks ago, but the fact they retain a charge after being inactive for so long is a testament to their engineering. I hate the word testament. Makes me feel like an AI wrote it. They overuse that word a lot. In any shade line of work, these kinds of phones are referred to as burners. Yep, cheap disposable devices that are discarded as soon as their purpose is fulfilled. I acquired them by rather unsavory means, but that's neither here nor there. I use these phones to send out of photos I make. By doing this, I avoid using my personal phone and thus prevent anything from being tracked back to me, or traced back to me. When a photo has been sent, I keep the burner phone for 24 hours, just in case the victim sends a reply. I know I'd get a good laugh out of that. Of course, I don't keep the phones on my person. I store it in the old shed on the back of my apartment building. When 24 hours have passed, I remove the phone's SIM card, snap it in half, and discard it with the combustible trash. The phone itself gets smashed and trashed in the dumpster outside a convenience store. I also delete the photos off my hard drive and clear my internet history. Obviously, I don't even use my own internet connection at home. I leech off my gullible neighbor's Wi-Fi. He's under the impression I can't afford my own internet connection. Whether or not I convinced him of such is irrelevant, so he's happy to share his connection with me. Should the police ever try to track my actions, they'll only be led straight to my neighbor. I've gone to great lengths to ensure my actions are untraceable. This has all been in anticipation of my inevitable success. Looking down at the pink phone in my hand, I clear my mind and focus on the task before me. The photo is transferred easily from my laptop to the burner phone. Once complete, I open the text message app and enter the victim's phone number. I leave the message field blank, but attach the photo, of course. The victim will receive an empty text message from an unknown number, only an image attached. The message is just about ready to send, but there's one more flourish I'd like to add. I open a particular app I previously downloaded to every burner phone. It's simply called Number Mask, and it's one of my most ingenious apps I've ever used. The app asks for the numbers I want to use. I punch in my memorized trademark, 666, 33, 666, 22, 666, 44, 666. Now when I send a text message, the receiver will see these numbers appear on the caller ID. Not only does it mask the burner's real number, but it's an extra calling card to help boost my infamy. I smirk, my thumb hovering over the send message button. This is it. This is going to be my long-awaited victory, the second victim to end up dead. I just know it. This is the stepping stone to my success, the second of my many bodies that will pave the way to my glory. I send the message. I arrive at work on time, just as usual. My handbag is heavy with the weight of several cans of coffee, hopefully enough to help me power through the day after having had such a late night. I can't help but yawn loudly as I wait for the elevator in the lobby. Just before the elevator doors open, my phone starts to ring. I step aside and answer the call.
Hi, Noriko. Good morning. Did I call at a bad time?
Not at all. I'm just about to go into the office.
Oh, should I call back later?
It's no problem. Don't stress.
Okay, sorry.
The nervous, apologetic girl on the other end of the call is Aoi. Aoi is Sato, an old school friend from back in the day. Though we never really had any common interests, we used to be inseparable at school. She was shy, I was introverted. It was a combination that worked in our favor, even if our conversations were a little on the boring side. To say that we're no longer shy and introverted wouldn't be entirely true. Aoi has gotten better, she's definitely more outgoing, but she still suffers from a great deal of social anxiety. As for me, I'm still pretty introverted. My tolerance for being around people has improved a bit, but I do prefer solitude, and visiting places I've never been to before puts me on edge. To call Aoi my best friend would be accurate. She's my closest confidant. Even so, she knows nothing about my part-time masquerading as corpse girl. No one does, and I plan to keep it that way.
So, Aoi, what did you want to talk about?
Oh, well, you see, that guy at work is still bothering me, and I wanted to see if you had any more advice for me.
Ah, jeez. The older guy that always hits on you?
Yeah.
What a creep. You're 19, for God's sake. He must be, what, 50?
I think he's 52.
You know his actual age? Well, whatever. If he's still bothering you, you have to take a stand. He's not your coworker, right? Just a regular customer?
That's right.
Then tell your manager. Have him banned from the venue.
I can't talk to the manager. I don't want to cause trouble for the company.
Jeez, girl. Sometimes you need to stand on your own 2 feet.
I know.
Well, if talking to the manager is out of the question, then you need to be firm with the creep. Tell him you won't stand for being groped anymore. His behavior is simply unacceptable, and if he won't change, you won't serve him anymore.
He's scary, Noriko. I don't know if I can confront him like that. He's always drunk. Even before he comes into the place. I try not to serve him too much, but...
Are you sure you can't quit that stupid job? Working at a maid cafe really doesn't suit you at all. I thought you wanted a government position.
I do. I want to work in a cozy office, kind of like you, but you know I don't have any qualifications.
Why don't I see if there's anything open here? Maybe Shinya can help out. He got me this job, remember?
Shinya, maybe. He was always a nice guy, right?
He's super nice. Stick in the mud, but a nice one.
Noriko, don't be mean.
Yeah. You want me to ask?
Yes, please. If it's no trouble.
It's no trouble. I'll talk to Shinya. Then maybe you can quit that crappy job and come work with me.
Oh, that really does sound wonderful. Thank you, Noriko. I'd be so lost without you.
Don't be silly. You're amazing, Aoi. Leave this to me.
Thank you.
I end the call and heave a sigh. Having to go and ask Shinya about a job actually is a pain in the ass, but I'd never admit that to Aoi. I want to help the poor girl. I really do. I'd do nearly anything for her. The elevator arrives at the lobby and I step inside as soon as the doors open.
Good morning, Kurosawa.
Fujikawa. Good morning.
Shinya takes me by surprise as I exit the elevator. Has he been waiting for me
I
here?
wanted to catch you before we sit down to work. I sent you another friend request. Can you make sure you got it this time?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
What am I supposed to do when he puts me on a spot like this? I try not to groan as I get my phone out and open noise. It's impossible to hide my screen from Shinya piercing gaze.
Well, what do you know? I have a new friend request.
Oh, great. It worked this time. Go ahead and accept it, please.
Yeah, sure thing.
I hesitatingly accept the request. A little fireworks animation pops up on the screen with a celebrity message about making a new friend.
Looks like we're officially friends now. So, can I call you Noriko from now on?
I've never cared much for formalities. I try to adhere to them in the workplace, but honestly, I don't care if people refer to me by my first or last name, regardless of whether they're friends or not.
Fine. You can call me Noriko.
Shinya's eyes light up. That seems to have made the boy happy.
Thank you. Oh, you can call me Shinya, of course.
Shinya. Hey, we've known each other since junior high, right? Shouldn't we have been on a first-name basis anyway?
Yes, that's true, but we're in the office now, you know? It wouldn't do if you started working here and called me Shinya right away.
I suppose.
Anyway, I'm really glad we're proper friends now, Noriko. Maybe we can get a coffee sometime.
I can't help but feel he's trying to push his luck as far as it will go. Any suspicions I had about him having a crush on me are now confirmed. I brush a stray lock of hair out of my face and smile as sweetly as I can while I change the subject.
Hey, actually, I wanted to ask you something. Are there any more temp jobs available here right now?
Temp jobs, huh? Are you looking to pick up extra hours?
No, not exactly. I'm asking for a friend who needs a new job.
A friend of Noriko's. Well, let's see. We pretty much always have data entry roles up for grabs. Unless your friend wants something more interesting? Do they have any particular qualifications?
Not really. Data entry is more than fine. Actually, you already know who I'm talking about. Remember Aoi Sato?
Aoi Sato. Yes, I think I do remember her. That really shy girl from our school days, correct?
That's her, yeah.
Wow. I never knew you were still in touch with school friends, Noriko.
Aoi's probably the only one. We're fairly close.
Is that so? As for me, I don't really have any friends from back then.
Shinya's heartbreaking confession doesn't surprise me too much. He doesn't strike me as the type of person to have many friends at all. Sure, I'm the same, but...
But what am I saying? We're friends now. So I guess I do keep in touch with school friends.
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, I'll ask my superior if we can get Sato an interview. Is that okay?
I'd really appreciate that. Thank you, Shinya.
No problem. Leave it to me.
Big stretch. Give myself that double chin with that stretch. He gives me an awkward salute before skipping away. Our little exchange obviously made him pretty happy. For some reason, something that Tomoe Watanabe said yesterday pops into my head. She mentioned that I'm leading Shinya on, but that's not true, is it? I shake the thought on my head. I'm just being nice to him. That's not wrong, is it? Unfortunately, it's not wrong to be nice, but you have to be sometimes very forward with the guys and girls who clearly like you, and you have to say, I don't like you, in turn. Doesn't usually do shit from my personal experience, but you do need to say it, because otherwise you are leading them on. I take a seat at my desk and perform my morning ritual. From my handbag, I retrieve my headphones, coffee, and breath mints. Computer on, music playing, coffee open. My fingers tap rhythmically against the keyboard, and I slip into the usual workday trance.
So, I see that you're connected with Shinya on noise now, huh?
My walk to the train station is interrupted by a familiar, grating voice.
Sounds like both of you are getting on pretty well.
How did you...
Oh, of course. Tomoe and I are already friends on Noise. She would have seen the notification when I accepted Shinya's request. It's actually kind of strange that Tomoe and I are connected through the app. We added each other on our first day of work before I learned how much of an intolerable excuse for a human being she is. We simply never deleted each other, even after all these months. Her posts are entertaining anyway. And since I rarely ever post anything myself, she probably forgot we were connected at all until
look,
today.
Don't get me wrong, you hear? I ain't actually interested in Shinya. Nah, I'm real happy for you both, like. But what I can't stand is a skank like yourself getting some while I'm over here all dry like a desert.
What What the hell are you talking about?
It pisses me off that guys just sluts like you, and you barely have to put in any work. Meanwhile, nice girls like me gotta put in so much effort to even get noticed.
Ah, she's the female equivalent of the nice guy. The nice gal.
You think all of this is just natural?
Pick me?
I put so much effort into how I look, and guys like Shinya don't even bat an eyebrow at me.
You mean bat an eyelid, right?
Whatever, it don't matter. I'm sick of skanks like you getting everything for nothing.
Look, let me be honest with you. I'm not interested in Shinya, and I'm not trying to be with him. I don't chase guys, and it's pretty rare that they chase me. You've got me all wrong.
Like I'd believe you. Do you spend your time chasing chicks then?
That's not your business. But you don't have to worry about me pursuing Shinya. Tell you what, any guy at the office is all yours, okay? I'm not interested.
Oh, is that how it's gonna be, slut? You think no one is good enough for you, but they're good enough for me? You're just like all the other girls. You think I'm worth being pitied? You think I need it? Well, I don't want your pity. You're nothing but a fake skank.
Tomoe pushes forward, her bulking forcing me off the sidewalk and into the thicket of trees bordering the path. Ooh. The burning slap across my face comes out of nowhere. I'm blinded by white stars and my entire face feels like it's on fire. The strike is hard, sharp, vicious. It happens so suddenly that I'm having difficulty processing it. I stumble, my legs don't quite give it. I stumble, but my legs don't quite give out. My mind races trying to put together what just happened. Tomoe hit me. Why? Why did she hit me? There's a strange sort of disconnect in my mind. My body doesn't feel like my own, like this isn't actually happening to me, but rather, I'm watching it happen to someone else. Time seems to slow down and speed up all at once. The slap replays twice in my head before Tomoe's hand even leaves my face. I catch a glimpse of her furious expression, red and strained and overcome with anger.
I hate you. I hate everyone like you. Don't pity me.
The second strike connects with my chin and I flinch, my entire body paralyzed with pain. She hit me again?
Stop!
I hate you. I hate you!
Tomoe has lost it. She's absolutely furious and I can't figure out what I did wrong. Her third attack is a curled fist aimed straight at my stomach. Through a sheer luck of complete accident, I stumble backward, narrowly avoiding the punch, instead landing on my rear. The pavement is rough and hard, but I'm sure it feels a lot better than taking a fist in the gut. Tomoe screams and rushes at me, but I scramble to my feet and grab her by the wrists. She flails wildly, her eyes looking like they'll pop out of her skull at any given second. Her breathing is harsh and ragged, and tears of rage have caused a flood of clotted makeup to run down her face.
Calm down! Calm down!
She struggles against me, slowly giving in as my tight grip prevents her from attacking me further. She begins to sob softly.
I hate you! I hate everything about you!
With a great pull, Tomoe frees herself from my grip. She steps away cursing and then runs past me. I blink in disbelief as she breaks into a sprint headed in the direction of the train station. I raise a hand to my tender face and touch it gently. The stinging sensation is completely new to me. Never before have I been attacked like that.
What the hell was all that about? I can't believe she hit me.
Believe it. She hit you twice. She tried for a third. The pack of frozen vegetables present against my face soothes my swollen jaw, but does very little to calm. Oh, she hit hard. If it's swollen, she hit you hard. Or you've got soft skin. The pack of frozen vegetables pressed against my face soothes my swollen jaw, but does very little to calm my nerves. I'm still on edge after what happened today. Tomoe actually physically attacked me, all because I said something. I'm not sure what that provoked her anger. Maybe that girl was more complicated than I gave her credit for. Seems like she has her own inner demons, just like the rest of us. I've replayed the event in my head 100 times since returning home. Without confronting Tomoe about it, I don't think I'll ever figure out what incited her aggression. But I don't plan on talking to her about it anytime soon. I wouldn't say I'm scared of her, but I don't exactly want to encourage a repeat performance. Okay, so one thing I do like about this character is she's got more realisticness to her. Like, unlike a lot of those strong girl characters we'll get, she's kind of responding in a more realistic fashion of what the fuck happened and what do? I don't want to make her mad again, and you know. Sighing and leaning back, I let the soft padding of the couch I let the soft padding of the couch consume my body as I sink deeper. My eyes glaze over as I bring my phone to my face. My fingers lazily tap and scroll as I look through a carefully curated obituary news feed. A list of deaths that have been reported throughout the day. Using a set of handy filters, I narrowed the feed down to include only women's deaths, in the age range of 30 to 50. I set the location to cover all of Japan. I immediately exclude any results that mention natural causes of death. I'm looking for specific cases, suicides, or as in more often reported, accidents. Of course, I'm looking to find out whether my latest victim has offed herself yet. Should this search string return no results, then it's pretty easy to look up recent murders. There are few and far between. Hello, Rocky. Between suicides, accidents, and murders, I've covered all the potential ways my victim could die. 9 out of 10 of the search results include a photograph of the deceased, not a photo of their corpse, mind you. This isn't the database of the deceased I'm looking through. Rather, it's usually a nice, flattering picture of the recently departed submitted by their kin to go along with their obituary. I use the photos submitted with obituaries to compare and match with the images of my victims. This is the only reliable way I have to discover whether or not my victims have perished. If I knew a victim's name, I could easily look up their current fate, but my website doesn't ask for that information. Call it respect for the victim's privacy, but there's a lot more to it than that. There's a topic to dwell on another day. Tonight's search turns up no solid leads. I'm disappointed, but this result isn't entirely unexpected. After all, I set the date of my latest victim's photograph to tomorrow. There's still time for her to freak out and end it all. I decided to go to sleep early tonight. I'm not even feeling hungry enough to eat the cheap convenience store meal that's been sitting in my fridge since yesterday. Though, if I go to sleep now, it will feel like tomorrow arrives sooner. Tomorrow. I'll have to see Tomoe at work. There's no way I can avoid her since her desk is so close to mine. The idea doesn't sit well with me. On the other hand, my victim might conquer herself, which would definitely make me feel better. It could very well be my next success, and the suspense is just about enough to kill me. Tomorrow.